Hello there. I have two book recommendations for you if you haven't read either of these. Let's see. First is Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler. This book was written in 1993 and it reminds me of so many things that are going on currently and things that could be in our future. Um, Not good. It's a very good book, very interesting book. Octavia Butler was very insightful and almost to the point where I wondered if she was clairvoyant because she really kind of nailed some things that are going on currently in the United States. I read this book about maybe 5 to 7 years ago, and I was just kind of like floored by it. And I was like, good grief, like when was this book written? Again, 93. And Octavia Butler died in '06. So she was not even around to see, the current state of America. So, yeah, I just thought that was very interesting as a part of a series. I haven't read the rest of the series, but again, Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler. I highly recommend it if you have not read it. And the other book that kind of reminds me of some things going on now is The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. And this book, I don't know if you remember, it wasn't that long ago, but it was books being placed on ban lists and stuff like that. This book here was placed on certain ban lists. And I'm not really sure why. It's considered a classic. It's by John Steinbeck. There is a movie version of it as well. And it's black and white if you like old movies. It was written in 1938. John Steinbeck died in 1968. It is about farmers from Oklahoma who lived in the Dust Bowl, and their farms ultimately failed, and they all ended up going to California to work as sharecroppers. But anyway, again, this book written in 1938, it reminds me a lot of current things that are going on now. About a month or so ago, there were lots of stories on the news about farmers and how they were struggling and how they saw uh, they didn't really see any way to save their farms. Almost, they some of them were saying that failure was imminent, and farming is a very difficult business anyway, but they're saying under these current circumstances with the tariffs and the way that the global markets have been restructured, that they're highly likely to fail and end up losing firms that have been in their families for generations. But anyway, I was watching that, haven't heard anything else in about a month or so, but I was just watching those news stories and I was like, oh my gosh, this reminds me of The Grapes of Wrath. Now, in The Grapes of Wrath, again, they were dealing with the Dust Bowl, so they were dealing with some natural um, circumstances. But beyond that, there were also some man made circumstances that caused their farms to fail, and they lost their farms that they owned and they ended up as sharecroppers. So, anyway, those books, both of them, have just kind of been on my mind for the last a few months to like a few years, and I just wanted to recommend that. If you haven't read those, again, The Grapes of Wrath is also a movie. And if you wanted to comment about either of those, please feel free. Let me know what you think. Thank you. Bye.